What's happening from Fredericksburg, Virginia? Hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all staying healthy. And it inspired me to shoot a video while I'm getting ready to do an incredible business and personal development event today. To shoot this quick video because I've spent a lot of time on the road for the past little over a decade. And honestly, I've been in my field, in my industry, hairstylist behind the chair for over 20 years. And this is something I wanted to talk about because I'm so grateful at this place right now. And I wanted to share it with all of you. And what it is I'm going to call this how to identify burnout and how to solve it. So here's the deal. Before I get ready to start facilitating my event and get in that mindset, what causes burnout? Okay, what's interesting about what causes burnout, oddly, and I do know this to be true, it's not really about what you're doing. In a sense, it's not about whether you find what you're doing interesting or not. In many regards, it's actually more about how you care about yourself, about your self-care routines. Truth of the matter is, a lot of people do jobs that they may or may not love. However, they're surrounded by teams that are exciting, that are inspirational, that are funny, that are friendly, that are become homies, all those various different things. There's an alignment of values, everybody working towards one goal with one voice and one message. There's a number of different things that happen that actually make any workplace amazing. And usually that's actually the stuff. So here's a couple of things that are the reasons that cause burnout. So these elements of self-care. Let's talk about it's a lack of social support frequently. What does this mean? It means that honestly, you don't have anybody to talk to when things are becoming overwhelming. You don't have anyone to unload to. And if you're super busy and you have a lot of things going on, and thank God this is so amazing with my girlfriend Una, because there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that she takes care of for my website, for social media, for my business, Urestyle. She'll book travel for me too. And I have to tell you, it makes all the difference in the world so that I could focus on what I need to do and where I need to be and how I get to serve. So that's huge. So to have that kind of social network, that community, which is, always remember, we're a communal species. We need social interaction. So when we have that, it definitely alleviates any potential stressors that would cause that burnout. Another thing, taking on more than you can handle. Who amongst us doesn't do this? Listen, and I got to tell you something too, and this becomes even trickier when you love what you do and you feel that you serve and you're passionate about the message that you'd like to share. Actually, this becomes something that sneaks in very trickily because the fact of the matter is, you want to share it with everybody, as many people as you can. But all of this takes time, and you'll run yourself ragged doing it. And the truth of the matter is, what do they say? You can't pour from an empty cup. So it's always worth noting that really be conscious of what you're taking on. Does it fit into the big scheme of things? Do you have time to relax? Do you have time to care for yourself? Do you have time to do things that you as a human being like to enjoy, as well as serve whoever you have the honor and privilege to, yeah? From a behind the chair standpoint, from a management standpoint, from a facilitation standpoint, any of it, yeah? Another thing is feeling a lack of control. Wow, I mean, all of these things, I know they ring true to me already, like taking on more than I can handle, please. About every 2 years, I have to do an inventory about that to get myself relaxed and get myself back on track with that one, right? And this whole feeling of lack of control, truth of the matter is sometimes when life is happening to you, you are reacting to life rather than proactively participating in life, in your work, in whatever. It's important for us to feel as though we have some semblance of input into what we're doing, how we're spending our time, how we're utilizing our energy. It's very important for all of us as human beings, to be honest with you. So to feel as though you are being honored in the sense of being able to contribute in the ways that you're brilliant, and to make sure that you're moving that engine forward in a way that's also acceptable to you. Obviously, we all work for people or work for ourselves, even the harder boss, right? But I can tell you that either way, you want to feel as though you're driving the ship. All right, and please, life happens, got it, but you still want to feel like you're driving the ship anyway. And from that place, you can allow life to happen, and then you can not react, but actually participate in whatever opportunity that unexpected challenge provides. Yeah. Another thing, the rewards don't match the effort. You know, we all know what it's like to bust our butts and then be like, really, for this? You know what I mean? And honestly, that can take the form of a lot of different things. It could take the form of time. It could take the form of money. You know, let's say this. Never do anything that you don't want to do because you perceive or expect, because you expect some sort of reward at the end, whether it be like standing ovations, whether it be gratitude, whether it be money, whether it be whatever. It's like, do what you do because you love to do it. And I know, please, by all means, we all got to pay bills, and I got that too. But be clear on something. When you're working repeatedly day after day, serving clients, facilitating events, all these various different things, and you don't feel as though the output of your effort is worth what you're receiving in return in any regard whatsoever, that becomes very relevant, and it becomes very, very wearing over time, and that will really start, it eats you kind of from the inside out, because you wind up having a lot of resentment, all right? Another thing, wow, there's just a number of different elements. Here, check this out. It's a lack of fairness too. If you feel as though you're working in a situation that intrinsically isn't fair, you see this happening for this person and then not for you. And I think it's also relevant that this be a perceived lack of fairness, because sometimes things are very fair and actually we just don't perceive them to be. So this is very important that you have an honest conversation with yourself about what's actually happening, and are you observing the truth of what's taking place? Or are you creating a little bit of that story? I will say I've been victim of both. All right. And lastly, and I think this is ultimately one of the most important, because this is that kind of secret element that sometimes we think doesn't matter, but wow, does it matter greatly. You are not aligned with whatever it is that you're doing. Whether it be work, the place you work for, our values aren't the same. So when I think something is important, the organization that I work for doesn't celebrate it, because actually that's not something they value. And when they do something they value, they make a big deal out of it. I'm like, what are you even talking about? This is stupid, right? And because of that values mismatch, and mind you, and I want to be very clear, it's not right or wrong. It's either working or not working. I don't judge people's values. However, I will say that it behooves all of us to work with people or be around people that walk the world in a way that we walk the world. All right. If we strive to be good people, contributing members of society, servants in our facilitation, helpful to clients, good team members to those around us, honestly, that's an alignment that is relevant. I say this a lot during business development events. You can train skills, but you can't train character, right? So like if you're frustrated, that's why won't they help their team members? They just finished their clients and they're right on their phone. Well, you know what? That's who they are. You know, you're not going to convince them to put down their phone so that they can help their team members. Either they value that or they don't. And that's okay, because, you know, there's many arenas where they can be successful operating in that way. It'll just become frustrating if you're working with somebody like that. And that's just one example, because actually the things that are important to you are not important to them. So it's always like two ships passing in the night. And that creates a level of frustration, a level of resentment in every action that you take. You know, and you can see versions of this, please, and I won't elaborate further, but you can see versions of this in your private life as well, I am sure. Cool. Wow, some thoughts on burnout. I hope that serves you. I know that, as I shared earlier multiple times in my life, I've become so exhausted because I'm a very driven person, and because of that, sometimes I do move into a burnout space. And these are all the various different elements that I think about. And I will be sharing a video on my YouTube channel, Yuri Style, that will actually point out specific techniques and things that you can do to combat burnout and bring yourself back from from that place of ever exhaustion. And with that, I have to tell you, now I am going to get ready to serve my day, get my pocket square ready, boom, like that, spin it around, boom, and I'm ready. And you know what? I feel fortunate, I feel lucky, I feel tremendous gratitude for today. And that's how I know currently that I am not in that space of burnout. Awesome. I hope that you found this was useful. I hope that it serves you. Have an amazing rest of your day. Stay safe, stay healthy, and you know how I always end these videos, even on the road in Fredericksburg. Later.